Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Product Reviews from Speedy Comics. This has been a long time coming. We didn't do it in the beginning because we were preparing for it. Good things take time. Today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, comics. So, first things first, comic books are a medium. They're not a genre. They are a whole medium of creative expression, a medium to tell stories. I'll tell you something, it's a natural flow of the development of story. Back when our ancestors used to live in caves and they told stories to each other verbally, things progressed. There was writings on the wall. Things progressed even more. It became writings on walls at authority buildings, at churches, at other places that tell stories or religious stories and whatnot. Things got developed even more. We got books. Things got developed even more after those big books. You know, people at the time, Industrial Revolution came in, all that. So they became novellas. So they became smaller issues of the same book, and they distribute over the week or over the month. Like they were called penny dreadfuls, they were called like magazines. And naturally, after that, comic books came to be. So today, on this introduction to comic books, we're going to show you a few examples of a few different types of comics, like we did in the Pops episode. This one is a little bit more in depth in the podcast episode. Today, we're just going to give you a few highlights. So first things first, we have a Spider-Man comic and a Batman comic. Of course, comics are always fun to read. You're going to most likely find a comic book that looks like this. It's a single issue. It doesn't have that many pages in it. And it's inside, it's filled with crazy action, amazing artwork. And they always look beautiful. I mean, look at these. So that's the first type of comics. You know, comics that you buy off the stand. They're very good. They're fun to read. Then you have graphic novels. So graphic novels, or people call them omnibuses, or they call them compounded comics, they tell a full story. So this one, for example, it tells the full story of Captain Marvel, who's Monica Rambeau, which you guys saw in WandaVision. This is a very cool book. Now, these ones aren't for collection, per se. Some of the biggest comic stories were turned into this format because of their importance. Civil War, Death in the Family, The Killing Joke, all of those. But the single issues are always more valuable. We're going to show you a few single issues here, and those vary in value as well. All right, I'm going to start showing you some books that are a little bit more current. I highly recommend these for collectors. This is a Berserker Number One. So this is the first issue of Berserker, and it's the first appearance of Berserker. This, of course, has been created by Keanu Reeves himself. And you see these two are actually the same book. And this is what we call variants, which is a huge different topic of discussion, which we will get to later. But for now, you see these two variants. This is a red virgin variant, and this one is just another of those variants of the book. And sometimes, depending on the comic book, depending on the story, there are more rare variants who are more collector's items. But these, you should get them now because they are 100% going up in price. Once the movie comes out, once this gets more traction, there isn't even an issue 2 of this at the day of today's recording. You should get these. You really should. Another first appearance, which people love, is Miles Morales, Ultimate Fallout 4. Now, this book has served as a new corner store for the Spider-Man lore by introducing Miles Morales. Everybody knows him now from the PS5 game. Everybody knows Miles from the comics that came out way after this one. So this is a key issue. This is what we call a key issue. A key issue is any issue that has a major first appearance, has a major death, has a major plot point that affects future comic books. Very, very valuable book, even though it is more recent. It's not very, very new, but it's very, very valuable for now. And I'll show you something as well. Another key issue, first appearance, you'll find it in this Spider-Man book, first appearance of the Black Cat. However, in this book, it is not only in this Berserker book, it is a first issue and a first appearance. This is not a first issue of Black Cat 1. It's the first appearance of Black Cat 1. Sometimes, for example, Spider-Man will host another character that's first appeared in Spider-Man, like this case. But when they get their first issue, that first issue is also valuable. So a first appearance does not equal a first issue. That is the difference. That's why we've brought these two books to show you guys. Now we're going to show you something very, very valuable. Now this is one of my personal favorite books. It's a beautiful Hawkman. This is 1962 came out, if I'm not mistaken. This is a first issue, not a first appearance, a first issue. This is very, very valuable. We had the graded one in the vault before, but it was sold by a very lucky customer. Oh God, it's beautiful. Look at this art. Look at this art. Especially these older books. We're going to discuss comic book ages and eras in the other podcast. Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Modern Age, all of that. Golden Age books, the oldest, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, those are always the most valuable, the most sought after collector's book. Of course, things like Spider-Man, popularity-wise, he's insane. Any book that has a movie coming out or character that's being popularized, you should keep an eye on key issues and first appearances of that character, and you should start collecting before that character becomes interesting, becomes more popular in the world. Morbius, for example, Carnage, for example, Venom. Now he's very popular, but before, at a certain point, Venom wasn't that popular. Amazing character, all of them. You guys should start collecting for real. Of course, so this is a quick... we've shown you some comic books. This was a quick introduction. Comics is a very big sea of information, a very big sea of history and culture. But that's all for today. Stay tuned for our podcast episode, which is going to be in depth. It's going to be me, AJ, and Dr. Rashid as well together. It's going to be a very cool episode. It's going to be very in depth, very detailed, with a lot of new information that you guys might not know. Very interesting stuff. We'll see you there. Take care.